In other news, let's take a look into the spat of 1MDB because we all know that a few weeks ago, the conversation of how the Securities Commission has slapped audit firm Deloitte PLT with a 2.2 million ringgit fine for breaches related to 1MDB. This was, of course, the first time the regulator, i.e. the SC, has taken action against an audit firm for a case related to 1MDB. The next slide will show you what Deloitte said. They say that Deloitte was found to have committed 2 breaches under the Capital Markets Act, as well as the failure to immediately identify or report problems to the SC. Another slide will show you that the SC said that Deloitte had committed 4 breaches, amongst which has been described in serious nature because it had failed to discharge its statutory obligations despite filing a qualified auditor's report and stating twice that 1MDB was under investigation. 1MDB Real Estate provided collateral for the 2.4 billion ringgit Islamic bond issued in 2014. And of the 3 problems that SC has outlined in their press statement towards and slapped it towards Deloitte, this is because SC has said that Deloitte has failed to report irregularities that may have had a material impact on the issuer's ability to repay sukuk holders. And of course, the final slide will focus on the response coming in from Deloitte, and the conversation is still ongoing because while we saw SC as being hit by a 2.2 million ringgit fine, the official response from Deloitte is that they comply and they respect the nature of the fines that were given or handed up to them by the SC. But reports have come out to show that audit firm Deloitte PLT is consulting with its legal counsel to apply to the Securities Commission for a review of that fine. This on your screen right now is the statement that was issued by Deloitte. And if I can highlight the next page, which basically highlights the story of the conversation or the reply that Deloitte has with 1MDB, they say that the breaches related to 1MDB is going to be respected and going to be upheld. And Deloitte respects the role of the SC to regulate and safeguard the Malaysian capital market. But on Sunday, Reuters reported that Deloitte had audited 1MDB's financial statements for 2013 and 2014 before it resigned as the fund's auditor in early 2016. It had taken over after 1MDB fired its earlier auditors, KPMG and EY or Ernst & Young. Authorities said that after the United States Justice Department filed civil lawsuits against 1MDB, Deloitte said that the statements it had audited should no longer be relied upon. And this is, of course, the statements that they have themselves signed upon. And in June last year, 1MDB said that KPMG has informed the fund that 1MDB's financial statements for the financial years ending March 2010, 2011 and 2012 audited by KPMG did not provide a true and fair assessment of the company. But is this declaration too little too late? Because after all, we do know that Deloitte is amongst the 3 auditors that are currently under scrutiny by the regulators and, of course, the courts as well. Also, does this mean that the conversation with KPMG as well as EY will soon be further fined or at least be found or slapped with some punitive measure by regulators such as SC or Bank Negara or all the other factions? We don't know yet. But I just want to share you this because the conversation in doing this interview, I tried to reach out to a few analysts, trying to understand a little bit better about the Deloitte fine by SC. None of them want to come on this show. None of the analysts want to comment on the ongoings of the SC versus Deloitte conversation. And one of them have spoken off the record has stated that this is far deeper than what is obvious or what is found on the surface. And of course, the cryptic messages doesn't do well for people like me. So I will continue to investigate the whole conversation of why SC has only slapped Deloitte that 2.2 million ringgit fine, and whether or not we're going to see some further investigations coming in from the regulators, and to look into the other auditors as well for 1MDB. As we all know, the trial of Datuk Seri Najib was postponed, was supposed to happen earlier last week. That didn't happen. While we still wait for the trial of Datuk Seri Najib as well as a few other individuals, there is a parallel conversation of how SC is going to negotiate this particular landfill or landmine well, in a way it is a landfill, isn't it? To discuss the 1MDB conversation.